Hello, this video is to go over how to use Formative to grade your written responses, as well as how to use Google Gemini to do the same. They're a little bit different. First, I'm going to show you Formative. When you go into your assignment, you will go to Responses, and then you'll choose the class that you want to take a look at. If you would like to see all of the responses next to each other so that you can do some comparing and contrasting, then you'll click on this little number 1. I'm not going to do that at the moment because it'll show a lot of student names, but you could click on that and it would show you side by side different responses. It helps sometimes for your brain to be able to compare them to each other. You are going to select a student response that you want to grade. It will pop up on the right-hand side. You can also expand that view and you can navigate through your students here with the little arrow. You'll see the rubric that we used in our activity on Friday. And if you hover over one of the gray boxes, you will see the description of that rubric element. You can click on it and it will load the points for you. You can also adjust those points. If you scroll down, you will see the student's response. You'll see if the student requested hints. You'll also see a little flag here if they copied and pasted anything. In this case, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it could be that they copied and pasted their evidence, but you'll be able to click on that flag if you do see one and look at what they copied and pasted. If I wanted to use the AI that's built into Formative, it's not going to give you specific scores, but it is going to read your rubric and generate feedback. So down here in this box that says generate or type feedback, I'm going to click on generate using AI. And it's going to give feedback based on the specific rubric areas above. So you can either just read this as a teacher and use that knowledge and information to mark the rubric above. You can edit this information. So here's some feedback on the student's claim. Here's some feedback on the student's evidence. Here's some feedback on the student's reasoning. And then they'll also add mechanics or conventions, usually, even if that's not on your rubric, to give you an idea of how they did. If you want to give this feedback to the student, you can choose to send it to them with the option of instant or delayed, or you can delete it when you're done and not send any. Okay, if I want to grade using Gemini so that I get an actual score, I'm going to go ahead and take the student's response and I'm going to highlight it, copy it with Control-C, and then in Gemini, I'm going to give it a prompt like this. Grade the following 7th grade students' CER in social studies on whether manifest destiny was an overall positive or negative force in American history. Use the attached rubric, which I'm going to show you how to attach in just a moment. This assignment used an article for evidence and was supposed to be one extended paragraph in which the student took a side. So when you give a prompt for grading, please give context about what level it is, what subject it is, what they were asked to do. I'm going to attach the rubric through Add File, and you can pull it up from your computer or your drive. In this case, I'm looking for our 7th grade rubric that we used last week. I'm going to attach that, and then I'm going to say, here is the response. And then I'm going to paste the student's response that I pulled off of Formative. Then I'm going to click Submit. Okay, Gemini is going to give me some information about this one, that it is incomplete. It is going to give me some preliminary scores from the 3 categories out of 10. and it is going to also give me information on the justification of that score. You can agree or disagree with it. You can tell Gemini to grade it harder or easier in specific categories. You could ask it to give you feedback to give the student a positive and something to work on. It already gave me some strengths and areas for improvement, but you could have it write it to the student, addressing them directly. I'm going to grab one other response. I don't want to send the feedback to the student right now, so I'm canceling that. Let's see. I'm going to grab this one. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here and simply say, repeat this grading with the next student. Now, in terms of privacy, just to let you know, Gemini is connected to our Google accounts and to your Google Classroom. Other AI systems are not. So if you're doing grading for students, we want you to keep it within Gemini. All right, so here's the second student with some emerging understanding, some justification for it. And then at the end of grading my students, I might say, summarize the scores, strengths, and weaknesses for all of my students. Let me know if you have any questions or if you would like me to help you do some of your grading. I'm excited to see where we're at. Thanks so much.